Hello everyone, I'm Frank and welcome to Learn How to Sudoku, where we take a very easy variant Sudoku puzzle and we break it down in detail so that you can learn how to Sudoku. Today's very easy puzzle is called 2026 by Doc Logic. And here are the rules. This is a little late. I know you probably are thinking that, and it is, but that's because I do things based off of puzzles that we have earlier. So I try to get sort of a backlog of videos here. But we're finally into the actual new year. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, everybody. Though it's probably about a month late. We have normal Sudoku rules apply, which means in every cell in the grid, place a single digit from 1 through 9 such that there are no repeats in any row, column, or designated 9-cell region. We have German whisper lines, where digits along each green line have a difference of at least 5 to their neighbors. And this is what I like to call whisper 5 lines, because I think Setter basically had that, and he basically named it this way because he was using, I think, like whisper 3 lines, whisper 7 lines, etc., etc. And I thought it was brilliant that he basically made that extension. So I tend to refer to them as whisper 5 lines. You can refer to them as German whisper lines, that's fine. Just know that when I say whisper 5, that means essentially German whisper lines, where digits along each green line have a difference of at least 5 to their neighbors. So, for example, if this were, say, a 3 here, this would have to be 8 or 9, because the only digits which are 5 or more away from 3 are 8 and 9. And that's an example of how German whispers / whisper 5 lines work. We have killer cages, where digits in each cage add up to the given number. So for example, these 4 digits must add up to 20, these 5 must add up to 20, these 4 must add up to 26, etc., etc. And finally, we have Kropke dots, where cells linked with a white dot are consecutive, and cells linked with a black dot have a ratio of 1 to 2, and not all possible dots are given. So, for example, if this were, say, a 4, this would have to be 2 or 8 to maintain the 1 to 2 ratio between them, and this would have to be 3 or 5 to make sure that these digits are consecutive. And those are all the rules. If you'd like to play along, there's going to be a link in the description. And now, I'm going to get started. Let's learn how to Sudoku. Okay, and starting with the last clue, this seems fairly restrictive here, so let's take a look at what's going on there. The digits, which can be in a 1 to 2 ratio with each other, are 1, 2, 2, 4, 3, 6, and 4 and 8. Which of them are consecutive? You cannot have 6 and 8 here. You can't have 1 here, because if 1 is here, that means it's going to be consecutive with 2 only, and in a 1 to 2 ratio with 2, and you'd have a duplicate in that box, which is not allowed. So that means this must be 2 with 3 or 3 with 4 to be consecutive. Either way, you're guaranteed a 3 here. So this is 3 guaranteed, and we have 2 or 4 with it. That means 6 has to be one of these 2 digits here to be in a 1 to 2 ratio with 3, right? 3 is only in a 1 to 2 ratio with just 6. And 6 can't be here because 6 on a whisper 5 line can only be next to 1 digit, which is 1. So this can't be 6, which means this has to be the 6. And it's in a 1 to 2 ratio with 3, which means this can't be 3 here. So this is 2 or 4 here, which is going to be in a 1 to 2 ratio with this digit. So it cannot be 4, because 4 can only be next to 1 digit on a whisper 5 line, which is 9. So it could be 1 here. And if this is 4, this could be 2 or 8. We're not sure which. Now let's look at the rest of row 1, because we see something there that's interesting. You have 3 digits here adding up to 20. The minimum could be, for the minimum digit in that cage, it is at minimum 3, right? 3, 8, 9 adds up to 20. If you try to get a 2, you can't get 2 other unique digits to add up to 20 with that, or 1. Same with 26. 26, you could have a 2, but you cannot have 1. 1 with 3 other unique digits only adds up to, at most, 7, 8, and 9, which is 24 plus 1 is 25. So it wouldn't be able to reach it. So no matter what, you can never have a 1 in this cage. You can never have a 1 in this cage. Where is 1 going to be in row 1? It can only be here. So this must be 1 here, which means this cannot be 1 here. So this is a 2, 8 pair. So that means this digit then can only be in a 1 to 2 ratio with 4, right? 2 can only be in a 1 to 2 ratio with 4. 8 can only be in a 1 to 2 ratio with 4. So therefore, this is a 4. Now, this digit, again, cannot have a 2, but this digit could have a 2, and we need a 2 somewhere in row 1. So therefore, this must be 2, and it must be 7, 8, and 9 to add up with it. So this is 7, 8, 9. So now, what are we missing in row 1? We are missing 5, 6, and at least 1 digit from 7, 8, 9. Well, 5, 6 have to be here then in this cage, which adds up to 11. 5, 6 adds up to 11. 20 minus 11 is 9. So this must be 5, 6, and 9, which eliminates 9 in the rest of the row. This becomes a 2, 7, 8 triplet, which eliminates 2, 7, 8 in the rest of the box. So this can't be 7 or 8. It's 9. Now, a thing that you know about Whisper 5 lines in normal Sudoku is 5 can never be on 1, right? So why is that? If you subtract 5 or more from 5, you get 0 or less, which is not a normal Sudoku digit. If you add 5 or more to 5, you get 10 or more, which is not a digit. So therefore, 5 cannot be on any of these cells here because they're on a Whisper 5 line. So 5 has to be here. Therefore, what are the remaining digits in this box? It's 2, 7, 8, 9. And also another thing you know about Whisper 5 lines is it'll always alternate between low digits, which are the digits 1 through 4, and high digits, which are the digits 6 through 9. And the reason why you know that is what digits can be next to 1 through 4. 1 can be next to 6 through 9, which is high. 2 can be next to 7 through 9, which is high. 3 can be next to 8 or 9, which is high. And 4 can be next to 9, which is a high digit. And the same thing works in the other way, right? For 6 through 9, 6 can be next to 1, 7 can be next to 1 or 2, 8 can be next to 1 through 3, and 9 can be next to 1 through 4, all of which are low. So you always alternate between low and high digits on a Whisper 5 line in normal Sudoku. But, so that means this digit, if it were high, it would have to have 2 low digits that it's next to. But we already have 3 low digits in that box. That means, so we'll color these low. This is high. That means this cannot be high here, because that would need 2 lows there, and that would make 5 lows in the box, which is not possible. So this must be low, and that forces both of these to be high, and this has to be high too, because those are the only remaining digits left. So this is 2. These are 7, 8, and 9. Again, it alternates on a Whisper 5 line between low and high digits. So these are all low, which makes all of these high to be alternating, which makes these low, which makes this high. And this high, so that makes this low, and that makes this high. Okay, We know 5 has to be one of these two, and we have a high digit with it. So we'll mark the 5 possibility as pink and the highs as 5. The remaining digits of this upper right-hand box are 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 5 cannot be any of these digits there. So, and 6 cannot be here. So 5 is one of these two, and 6 must be one of these three. In column 1, we have 3 lows accounted for and 2 highs, which means the remaining digits in column 1 must be 2 high digits and 1 low. And it's going to be at minimum 2, 6, and 7. Sorry, yes, at minimum 2, 6, and 7, right? The 2 lowest high digits and the lowest remaining low digit. Well, 2, 6, and 7 adds up to 15. That means these two digits must add up to at most 5. Well, you can't have 2 and 4 here. So this has to be 1 and 3. Right? If you try to have 1 and 5, that adds up to 6, which is too much. So this is guaranteed then to be 1 and 3, and they're both low. That means this is a high digit. That means this must be a low digit and a 5. Because we have 4 high digits in column 3. This is 2 highs and 1 low. Again, so this is 4. That means these 3 add up to 20 minus 4, which is 16. Can you have a 4 with 2 high digits? And the answer is no to add up to that. 4 plus 6 plus 7 is 17, which is too large for that. So this must then be 2, 6, and 8, which eliminates 2, 6, 8, 8 in the rest of the column. So this can't be 6 or 8. This has to be a 3, 4 pair. And this digit is next to 2 unique digits on a Whisper 5 line. So this can't be 4. This is 3, which makes this 4. That makes the remaining digits next to as 9 and 9, right? So this 9 eliminates 9 here. It's 7, which eliminates 7 and 9 here. So that's 8. This becomes a 1, 2 pair here. And this cannot be 6, 8, or 9. So this must be 7. 3 can only be next to 8 and 9 on a Whisper 5 line. So this is 8. That means where is 7 in column 2? Can't be here because of 7 in the box, and these are filled out, and can't be here because of the cage, so it must be here. So this is 7, which makes this a 5, 6 pair here. That means the remaining high digit in column 3 is a 9, and we have a 4, 5 pair here. Okay. This 26 cage does not have a 9 in it. So what's the maximum now that these 4 unique digits can add up to? It would be 5, 6, 7, 8. 5 and 8 add up to 13. 6 and 7 add up to 13, which is exactly 26. So this must be 5, 6, 7, and 8. They're all high digits, or 5. So that eliminates 5, 6, 7, 8 in the rest of the column. This can't be 7 or 8. It must be a 2, which eliminates 2 from the rest of the box. So this is low. These are all lows remaining in column 9. So there's no 6 here. This is 1, 3, 4. This is 1, 3, 4. Whoops. 1 and 3 because it cannot be 4 because of 4 in the row. And this is 1, 3, 4. Where is the 5 in this lower right-hand box? Well, since we said 5 cannot appear on a Whisper 5 line in normal Sudoku, it must be one of these two digits. So this is 5 here, which means this cannot be 5 here. This can't be 7 because of 7 in the row, can't be 8 because of 8 in the row. This can't be 7 because of 7 in a row. Okay, so we're guaranteed a 6 on this 20. Okay, so the easiest way to probably figure this out then is, what is the sum of these digits? So 5, 8, and 9 add up to 22. 20 with 22 is 42. And so the whole row adds up to 45 because they are the digits 1 through 9 summed up. So therefore, these two digits must add up to 3, which, well, that means there's only 2 unique digits which can do that. It's 1 and 2. So this is 1 and this is 2 here, which means none of these can be 1. This 1 eliminates 1 here, so it's 3. This can't be 1 or 3, so it's 4. That eliminates 4 here, so this is 5, which makes this 4. So this is not pink, this is not blue. 5 plus 3 other digits adds up to 26. That means these 3 other digits must be 21. You cannot have 4, 8, 9 because you have a 4 in the row. You can't have another 5, so it can't be 5, 7, 9 here. So the only other combination that can add up to 21 is 6, 7, and 8. So this is 6, 7, 8, which eliminates 6, 7, 8 in the rest of the row. So this can't be 6 or 8, it's 2, which means none of these can be 2. So these are high, this is a low. And these are high. This must be 3, 4, 6, and 7 to add up to 20. So we have 3, 4, or 7 here. These are all high digits. Well, we have another scenario where we have 1 digit, which is next to 2 unique digits. If this were low, that would force 2 high digits in the box, which means there are 5 high digits in the box, which is not allowed. So this must be high, and these must be low, which makes this high, low, high, and low. Well, we now have 4 low digits in row 4, which eliminates low digits in the rest of the box. So these are high or 5. We're not sure which. This is a 9 because it can't be 6, 7, or 8 because of all the other high digits in the box. This must be low or 5. And this is low or 5 because we have 4 high digits in this lower central box. This digit, again, must be either high or 5. Well, if it can be 5 or 7 to be next to 4 or 6. So this is 5 or 7, which means that's next to 4 or 6. One of these is low and the other one is medium because we have 4 high digits in the central box. So this must be low and middle here. We have, where is 6 in the central box? It has to be in the high digits. This is next to 2 unique digits on a Whisper 5 line. This is next to 2 unique digits on a Whisper 5 line, as is this, which means this must be a 6 here. So this is 6, which next be next to 1 and 1 on a Whisper 5 line. 6 also eliminates 6 here, so it's 7. The remaining high digit in row 6 is a 9. So the rest of row 6 cannot be high, therefore it's low and medium, and this can't be 5 on a Whisper 5 line, so this is low, which forces this to be high, this to be high, these to be low, these to be high, and this to be low. So this digit cannot be 6, 7, or 8, but it's a high, so it must be 9. These are all next to at least two unique digits on a Whisper 5 line, so they cannot be 6, so this must be a 5-6 pair here. Which eliminates 5 and 6 in the rest of the column, so this has to be 8. We have 4 high digits in row 5, which eliminates high in the rest, high in the rest of the row. So this is 6 as the remaining high digit, which is next to 1. That 1 eliminates 1 here, so it's 2 and 1. 6 also eliminates 6 from being here, so this is 5 and 6, so this is not red. This is pink, this can't be pink, so it's red. This 7 eliminates 7 here, so this must be 5, which is pink. That means this can't be pink here. This is red. And as the last red in this right central box, it must be 9. This 6 eliminates 6 from being here. Well, where can it be then? It has to be here. So it's 5 and 6 are connected. 5 eliminates 5 from being here, so this is 5 here. So again, this can't be 5. These are both low. This is middle, so this can't be middle here. That means this has to be low, because we have 4 highs in this box and a 5. So this is low. Remaining digits of row 4 are 2, 7, 8. This has to be 2. So this is a 7, 8 pair. Well, the only remaining digits now are 3 and low digits are 3 and 4 in the central box, and 4 cannot be next to 2 unique digits on a Whisper 5 line. So this is 3, which makes this 8, which makes this 7. This can no longer be 8 here. This can't be 9. So 9 is a high. 7 cannot be here. So this must be 3 or 4 and is low. This must then be 7, which is high. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 digits which are low or 5, which eliminates the low digits because we have 4 of those and an extra 5th digit from being in the rest of the column. So these have to all be high. So this cannot be 5. This can't be 6, 7, or 9. So this has to be 8. This can't be 7 or 8. It must be 6, which makes this not 6, so it's 9. This 6 here eliminates 6 here, so it's 7. This is 8, and this has to be not 6 or 9. It's 5, which makes this 6. So this is pink now. This is red, which eliminates pink in the rest of the column. So this can't be pink. We have just blues left. So we have 4 blues in the central box. This can't be blue, so it's pink, which means this can't be pink. So that's blue, which means this, where is the pink in this lower central box? It has to be here. That eliminates pink from being here, which makes that high, which makes this not high. That's red. Sorry, that's pink. This is left as a blue. And the rest, we have to do some Whisper 5 logic here. But 1 cannot be here because of 1 in the column. Where is the 1 in column 4? It cannot be any of these cells, so it must be here because of 1s in those boxes. That leaves 4 as the remaining low, which is next to 9. This is 5, which eliminates 5 here, so it's 6 and 5. 6 eliminates 6 here, so it's 8 and 6. Remaining high digit in row 8 is a 7. Remaining high digit in row 7 is an 8. And a 7 can only be next to 1 and 2 on a Whisper 5 line. So this has to be 2 or 1, cannot be 2 because of 2 in the row. So this is 1, that's 2, which makes this a 3 here. 1 eliminates 1 here, so it's 3 and 1. The remaining digit here is a 2 in row 8. The remaining digit in row 7 is a 3. This digit here has to be 2, because there's no other place for 2 in that column. 3 eliminates 3 here, so it's 4 and 3, which eliminates 3 here. So that's 4 and 3, which eliminates 3 here. So So that's 4. This is 5, which makes this a 4. And then we have this 7 eliminating 7 here, so that's 8 and 7. And that's the solution. Flowed very well. It was a nice little puzzle. Yeah, I mean, just basically, just knowing where to start is sort of the key, I guess. But, I don't know. I felt it was kind of obvious that you had to start here, but maybe that's not so obvious. But very nice puzzle. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Learn How to Sudoku, and I'll see you next time on Frank Puzzles. Take care.